Customs and Border Protection will put out a solicitation contract for cloud management and integration in the coming years. It's the latest of a series of modernization projects aimed at getting CBP to a cloud smart strategy. Sonny Bhagowalia is Acting Assistant Commissioner and Chief Information Officer at CBP inside the Department of Homeland Security. Sonny, welcome. It's great to see you. You're a veteran of this kind of stuff all across government. What does the state of cloud migration look like to you enterprise-wide, not just within CBP?
Good morning, Francis. Good to see you. And I think the current state of cloud migration is really impressive in terms of what the government has done. And since we started this journey in 2009, seems like, well, it's a decade ago. And I think there's a lot of new solutions that are tailored to government that are coming into the equation, and we're able to keep our data and systems secure. And there's just a lot of activity going on in there in terms of, what was started with cloud and FedRAMP and security, cloud security, and then looking at data and so on and so forth. We've also had, I think, the government leaders and also industries provided more solutions that are tailored to government, which sort of has improved the confidence that we have in terms of, what solutions we can leverage. I think leaders also, government leaders have also had time to plan ahead in budgeting and contracting, for cloud-based services, which usually, as you know, require lead time and 2 years for budgeting cycles. And then obviously our acquisition, we still are working on agile acquisition, but as you can just imagine, we're making a lot of progress there as well, but some work to do. We're also seeing much more collaboration amongst government agencies where we can leverage interagency agreements and contracting that allows us to deploy faster solutions, which would otherwise be difficult to procure. And even in the light of COVID, we're seeing now quite an array of responses where the government has really adopted and is very comfortable with leveraging cloud-based solutions. We ourselves have used and scaled to like all 65,000 of our employees able to do this, sort of work from anywhere, anytime. And so therefore, I think as people are struggling to mobilize their workforce and maintain these mission priorities, they're expediting their cloud journey. So I think that has sort of been an impetus. And I think in FY 2020, if I was tracking that, we did some research for your show, by the way. So we're tracking to spend about $7.1 billion on the White House Cloud Smart strategy that came out in FY 19. And so now all those, journeys to the cloud are getting expedited. And so I think compared to the contract obligations, $5.9 billion in infrastructure, platform, and software as a service, I think things are increasing and improving. So I think the overall prognosis is good and more to do. Obviously, 7.1 billion over 80 billion, still some ways to go, but I think prognosis is good. And, we're not tracking everything in there.
Are you taking an application by application approach at CBP to your cloud transition, or are you looking at it enterprise-wide? I know some agencies are doing some of each.
Yeah, we're looking at both. We're doing app rationalization, but in sort of we have seen somewhat a slow start at first, but the app rationalization also requires that we are making sure that what are some of the applications that are ready to go to the cloud, sort of in bucket one, and bucket two is with a few modification, commercial off the shelf, we can make some adjustments. We go into that, and then there are monolithic application, as you might well imagine. We have some high-value assets that are sort of national systems, which have some customization. So these are not something you can buy off the shelf. So they require a little bit more thought. But with the Cloud Smart, we acknowledge that there's not really a one-size-fits-all. We have to have some flexibility and making sure what's really works for us. So there's a combination of on-premise footprints and also operational resiliency, because at the end of the day, mission resiliency, it comes first because we are a 24/7 operation. And so, but we have also implemented innovative ways that we have like 30 to 40 teams that are deploying in solutions in increments. So SecDevOps and all the other stuff that is required, it can be done in the cloud, and we have a cloud pipeline and so on and so forth. And I think, also OMB has given some guidelines to us to hire more talent that is sort of able to leverage some of the cyber and data disciplines and leverage some of those things to get cloud talent, if you would. So I think this Cloud Smart has really sort of taken us towards this new consumption-based model. I think most of the agencies are doing a hybrid multi-cloud strategy, and we're certainly working to transition from sort of a data center ops to service delivery. But I think overall, our app rationalization. I think we had something like 286 apps or so, somewhere in there, and 86, we've already sort of migrated already.
Sonny, we have about a minute left, and my last question is more philosophical than tactical. Your major positions in government have been as the CIO at Interior, CIO at Treasury Department, as the enterprise-wide CIO. How is working at a component-level CIO shop different than leading an enterprise-wide organization?
Well, first of all, it's great to have Karen Evans in DHS. So we've all sort of experienced each other. I think she's a tremendous leader. I think the experience is that in the department level, a lot of policy, and then what you have to do at the department level ops. And then in component level, it's all ops with a lot of mission frontline stuff that you have to be very vigilant and resilient and really move quite rapidly. So I think it's a tremendous experience, but having done both, it's a good balance and keeps you young and energetic, I guess. So,
Sonny Bhagowalia, thanks very much. It's great to see you.
Thank you, Francis, and have a great day. Be safe.